Hello everyone, welcome back to 3 News Now. It's Friday, July 17th. I'm Stephanie Haney. This is your afternoon update with the top headlines from WKYC.com and our WKYC app. We've just got the most up-to-date numbers in from the Ohio Department of Health, and we have staggering numbers to report for you today. We have the largest increase by a far margin of new COVID-19 cases reported today. Deaths are down today, but hospitalizations are back up. Here are those numbers. We have close to 1,700 new COVID-19 cases reported today. The total number is 1,679 new cases of COVID-19 reported today. That brings our total here in the state of Ohio up to 72,280 reported cases of COVID-19 dating back to March 9th. Our positivity rate, the last that it was updated, is at 6.2%, which means that of the tests that are being done, 6.2% are coming back positive, which is above the World Health Organization's 5% recommended threshold. The total number of deaths now confirmed in the state of Ohio related to COVID-19 is 3,112. There were 9 new deaths reported today. Now that's down significantly from yesterday when we saw 28 new deaths reported. We do see the number of new deaths being reported daily bounce around quite a bit. Yesterday there were 28 new deaths reported. On Wednesday there were 6 new deaths reported. On Tuesday there were 5 new deaths reported. On Sunday there were 22 new deaths reported. So we see that number bouncing around a lot. The number of hospitalizations is also up from yesterday. There were 121 new reported hospitalizations related to COVID-19 yesterday. That's up from 115 the day before. And on Wednesday, we saw 160 new hospitalizations. That brings the total number of people who have been hospitalized related to COVID-19 here in Ohio to 9,445. And today, there are 1,016 people hospitalized related to COVID-19. So that's 10.8% of all the people who have been hospitalized are hospitalized today. That means that 89.2% of those people have been released from hospitalization. The total number of ICU admissions in the past 24 hours is 25, bringing that total to 2,305 here in the state of Ohio, and there are now 319 people currently in the ICU. That means that of the total number of people who are hospitalized right now, of those 1,016 people, 31.4%, just about a third of them, are under intensive care unit treatment right now. Let's take a look at the national and the global numbers. These come from Johns Hopkins University. Yesterday, we broke a record here in the U.S. with 77,000 new cases reported. Today, the total number of cases known in the U.S. is now 3.6 million. That's 3,606,927. And the total number of deaths now reported in the U.S. is 138,784. Right now, we are at 26% of the global cases here in the U.S. and 23%, which is down slightly, of the total deaths in the entire world. The U.S. has 23% of the known deaths related to COVID-19. The cases globally are now very near 13.9 million. Globally, there have been 13,888,874 reported cases of COVID-19, and there have been 592,719 reported deaths related to COVID-19. So almost 600,000 deaths now globally related to COVID-19. Here in Ohio, Governor Mike DeWine has vetoed a bill that would limit penalties for Ohio Department of Health executive order violations. He previously promised that he would veto this bill if it made it to his desk. So this bill would have made it impossible to impose criminal penalties for violations of state or local health orders related to the coronavirus pandemic. Now, you will remember here in Cleveland, you can get up to jail time, up to 90 days in jail if you are found to be in violation of the mask mandate here in Cleveland. This bill tucked in something that would have made that impossible into Senate Bill 55. Now, this bill was actually on penalties for drug offenses near addiction treatment facilities, but they tucked in this item, added that onto the bill, and presented it to the governor for a signature, which he has decided to veto. It would have capped fines at $100 for violating a local order, and it would have capped fines at $150 for violating a state order. DeWine said that that would have been a tragic mistake, and it would keep governments from taking the kind of bold action that needs to be taken to curtail the COVID-19 crisis. Republicans in the Ohio House and Senate argued that they did not want to see Ohioans criminally penalized for what they called innocent mistakes, like failing to space restaurant tables far enough apart. Democrats, however, said that unintentional errors would not result in fines, but either way, DeWine has vetoed this bill, so the limits are not in place. And if you are in a place like Cleveland where they do say that criminal penalties are possible, those are still possible. In national news, Supreme Court Justice Ruth Bader Ginsburg, cancer is back, but she says she will not retire from the Supreme Court. She is 87 years old now, and she was hospitalized this week with a possible infection. Treatment so far for her cancer that has returned has succeeded in reducing lesions on her liver. She says that she will continue chemotherapy sessions every 2 weeks. She said in a statement that, "I have often said I would remain a member of the court as long as I can do the job full steam. I remain fully able to do that." So Ginsburg is saying that she will not be retiring from the Supreme Court at this time. She said her recent hospitalizations, including one in May, were not related to the cancer. They were related, it was said this time that she was hospitalized related to a possible infection. She had a medical scan in February that revealed growths on her liver, so she began chemotherapy for that in May, and then she had another scan in July that showed those lesions shrinking and also no new growths. She said this, "I am tolerating chemotherapy well and am encouraged by the success of my current treatment." She was appointed by President Bill Clinton to the court in 1993. She's been treated 4 times now for cancer. So if there's a definition of resiliency, it is Supreme Court Justice Ruth Bader Ginsburg. She had a tumor on her pancreas last year. She was previously treated for colorectal cancer in 1999 and pancreatic cancer in 2009. And then she had lung surgery to remove a cancerous growth in December of 2018. This woman has definitely battled her share of health issues, and she says she continues to be battling this and has no intention to retire from the Supreme Court at this time. Ruth Bader Ginsburg, we wish you a full and speedy recovery and wish that you be well and take care of yourself at this time. Mary Trump, who is President Donald Trump's estranged niece, her book is selling like wildfire. She sold more than 950,000 copies in the first week, setting a new publisher record. Her memoir, which is called Too Much and Never Enough, is about her uncle, President Donald Trump, and as we said, it's now close to 1 million orders on pre-orders alone. Now, that record for Simon & Schuster, which is her publisher, includes print, digital, and audio editions, and that is as of earlier this week. In the book, Mary Trump makes lots of bold allegations related to President Donald Trump. She wrote as well, "By the time this book is published, hundreds of thousands of American lives will have been sacrificed on the altar of Donald's hubris and willful ignorance." That appears to be a reference to how the president has been handling the COVID-19 crisis here in the United States. She alleges, among other things in the book, that President Trump, long before he was president, paid a friend to take his SATs, a standardized test, of course, widely used for college admission, in his place, and also that his sister, Marianne Trump, would often do his homework for him, and then he was worried about taking tests because she couldn't do that. That might impact his grade point average. Simon & Schuster is also the publisher of John Bolton's book, The Room Where It Happened, and that sold nearly 800,000 copies in its first week. Now, President Trump and his administration did try to block the publication of both Bolton's book and this book as well, but they were not successful in doing that. We are switching gears widely right now. We're going to talk about something that a lot of you are talking about. Taco Bell has major menu changes coming, and a lot of people are not very happy about that. They will be removing 12 items from their menu at the end of the summer. So starting August 13th, you will not be able to get the following items: grilled steak soft taco, 7-layer burrito, the quesarito. I personally know someone who was going to be very upset about that. One of my very best friends was just singing the praises of the quesarito to me. Nachos Supreme will no longer be available. The beefy Fritos burrito, the spicy tostada, the triple layer nachos, and the spicy potato soft taco will also not be available. And the following sides will not be available: cheesy fiesta potatoes, loaded grillers, that includes the cheesy potato and the beefy nacho loaded grillers, and chips and dips will no longer be available at Taco Bell. That just sounds bizarre. Another thing you won't be able to get: the mini skillet bowl. Taco Bell says that they've been analyzing the way they run their stores, and they have safety at the top of their mind, and they want to ensure an easy and fast ordering experience for guests and team members. Now, I do want to point out that you will still be able to get the quesarito through the app or online, but you will not be able to order it apparently at the drive-thru, curiously enough. We'll see how long that lasts. One more reminder for you: tonight kicks off Virtual VELOSANO. This is a fundraiser with the Cleveland Clinic to raise money for cancer research. WKYC is a media partner of VELOSANO. This is usually a big bike event. It's a big bike race where people can sign up to race different amounts on a bike. But this year, everyone is being encouraged to do it individually, do it virtually, get active in any way you want. If you do sign up to be a part of VELOSANO, you can track your activity on an app called Strava. Lots of information about that if you do decide to register. You can also donate. You can donate to any of the members on Team WKYC. We have 24 virtual riders on our team. I am one of them. Also, Mike POLK Jr. and MAUREEN Kyle are riders, and they're hosting a live stream kickoff for Virtual VELOSANO tonight at 6 p.m. if you'd like to catch that. And if you would like to donate to anyone on our team, we have links on WKYC.com to do that, also in our app. And there's a link in my Twitter and my Instagram bio if you would like to donate directly to my fundraiser. We're very close to the goal that we've set of $2,500. So if you want to help push us over the edge, that would be awesome. If you're able, we appreciate you. That's it now for your 3 News Now afternoon update. I'm Stephanie Haney. I'll see you next on What's New at 5 p.m. with your trending stories and your entertainment news. And I'll see you back here on Monday morning with your 3 News Now update. Everyone, enjoy the rest of your afternoon, your evening. Have a great weekend. Get out there, be active. I'm Stephanie Haney. I'll see you soon.